Welcome to Western World, starring Bill Tomeo as Cowboy Roy, Deputy Sheriff. Also starring Amy Kurlansky as Jessie Jane, with special guest Briscoe Bread Muffin. Today's episode, Call Numbers with Helping Hand. Why, who might you be?
Why, I'm Jessie Jane, the famous Jessie Jane.
Jessie Jane. Oh, I believe you're looking for some books. Do you have some call numbers for me so that I can locate the books?
Why, no, I'm not privy to that information.
Oh, I see. Well, that's all right. I'll show you how to find the call numbers so we can locate the books. By the way, I'm Deputy Cowboy Roy, and I've been assigned to assign call numbers. Follow me on over to the lecture hall, and we'll start there, and I'll give you a tour of the Western World Law Library. You see, years ago, we used to use a card catalog to find the title along with the call number, and on these little index cards, they'd put the call number there right in the corner. But now, at our particular library, we have really progressed a long ways, and we've got this newfangled gadget called the computer over here, and all we have to do nowadays is punch in the title and press a few buttons, and voila, we have the call number on our record. And in fact, I told the computer to give me a printout of a few books so I'd know exactly where to go next.
Oh, how does that work?
Well, I don't reckon I really know how this newfangled computer works, but I have a class that I teach information on how to find call numbers, so I suggest you attend that class and learn all about call numbers. Here in the Western World Law Library, 90% of our books begin with K or KF. K is for law material, KF, United States law. Then it gets broken down into the subject matter, and I have some examples over here on the board that show the actual subject matters of the call number. Here we have KF 1524. The 1500s deal with bankruptcy law. So KF 1524 is going to be a book about bankruptcy. This one happens to be Coyer bankruptcy law. The C stands for Coyer. Now the author's last name, initial, is not always in the call number, but it does help in certain instances to have that. Next one is KF 8716.5. Is Moore's federal practice. Now, call your attention to these next two call numbers. KFO. Very important. When you see an O, that means Ohio. Same with KFO 117. O for Ohio. And this one happens to deal with landlord-tenant law. First one is domestic relations. And then we have landlord-tenant law, and we'll take a look at some more books. I also want to call your attention to, at the very beginning of the call numbers, I almost forgot to mention this, but you have main, and you have main room treatises. And we'll go over that in just a second out in the actual library room. Right now we're going to take a short trip out to the book station. On the right side of the library, we have the KF books, which is the general law books. On the left side of the library, we have Ohio books, and the call number starts with KFO. We also have some books on Indiana that would start with KFI, and also Kentucky that would start with KFK. Behind me, in the corner room, is our text room, which holds reporters and some older Ohio material. Up above the text room is our bound periodicals. And we're looking for a Coyer bankruptcy manual, and we know that it's going to be a KF 1524, which happens to deal with bankruptcy law. So we'll go down this aisle. It should be about midway down. Looking for KF 1524 or C59, Coyer bankruptcy manual. And this is it right here, as a matter of fact. And here in the law library, 90% of these books on this side deal with Ohio law. We have KFO 25, which starts with laws of Ohio. It starts in the early 1800s. It jumps up to KFO 30, pages Ohio Revised Code. all the way up until it's current. Now, a lot of people use that to do legislative history, which works out really well, along with the help of our reference librarians. Over here in the middle, we have Ohio Jurisprudence, a very popular book. And this starts our handbooks, everything from family law to probate law to Ohio landlord-tenant law. We go a little bit further along and we come into more of our handbook material in this particular section. Right now I'm looking for Ohio driving under the influence law, which happens to be KFO 297.8 P94. And I happen to have it here, Ohio driving under the influence law. You know, I remember back when Sheriff Tate was teaching me how to be a sheriff, and one day he arrested a buggy thief that happened to be under the influence. Not a good thing. You see, Cowboy Roy has all this knowledge right up here, right in the old noggin here. Well, I remember back when I was a young lad learning all about books and call numbers and what have you. You know, sometimes them call numbers sure can be tricky.
I wonder what's going on at the Belong branch. I sure could use a cold glass of orange soda.
Deputy Cowboy Roy. The name is Briscoe Bread Muffin. I'm the toughest guy east of the Mississippi. In fact, I'm the fastest recaller of call numbers east of the Mississippi. I'm so fast I can outdraw a snake in the dark with my eyes closed. I hear you're good with call numbers, Roy. But are you fast? Roy, I'm a-calling you out. Get ready to draw. Mister, I think I've heard just about enough. Just quit your jibber-jabbering and get ready to draw. Briscoe, this is the Dewey call number system. We use the Library of Congress system. The who? Briscoe, I'm afraid you're disqualified. But if you want to learn about call numbers and you want to learn about the Library of Congress system, you need to come and take my class in the lecture hall. Wake up, Jane. Wake up. Jane, if you want to learn about call numbers, you're going to have to stay awake and pay attention. In fact, we're going to take a look for some new Ohio law books. I know that book is down here somewhere, KFO 529, KFO 529. Oh, look at that. Well, thank you, Han. Here at the Law Library, we always like to give a helping hand. Okay, class, we're going to wrap things up, but just for a quick review, always remember to look at the beginning of the call number for the location. If you see main room and it has an O for Ohio, it's going to be on the left side of the library. Otherwise, the general law will say main room treatises, which will be on the right side of the library. Behind me, text room. Above me, upper text room. If you need help finding books, we ask that you see a staff member to locate the books upstairs.